Last night, I was contacted by higher dimensional beings or aliens, if you will. This is kind of tricky to talk about, but I'm going to do my best. And whether you believe me or not, that's fine. You could take it for entertainment value if you'd like to. But I'm completely like shook by this experience. I didn't really necessarily believe in this stuff before, but here I am talking about it on my YouTube channel. It's like I realized that what I was experiencing wasn't like me in waking life, but it wasn't me in a dream either. And as soon as I realized that, very profound things started to happen. So, what took place? Well, I was at work, and I'm a waiter right now, and all the other waiters had been sent home because it was very slow. And I'm talking to this one table, and they are taking forever to order their food. And while they're just taking forever, 20 more people are coming into their tables. And my manager was like off somewhere, not helping at all. He's like playing on his phone. And I'm taking their order on my pad, and I just have this moment, and I go, this is it. I'm done. I realized inside of myself, I quit. And as I'm walking out, I said aloud, I'm leaving. And it was so powerful. It was the most powerful my words have ever been. I said it out loud. And as I said it, my whole body started to vibrate. I said, I'm leaving. And as I did that, I began to open my car door. It's the back behind my passenger. And these two rings happened simultaneously. It wasn't like a phone ringing, though. It was like a vibrational ring. There is no way I could explain this sound to you. It was so intense. It was like an earthquake of energy all around me. And it was like, it didn't sound like this. I can't make the noise, but just bear with me on this. It's like, and then it would like be a short pause. And then a pause again. And it didn't feel like a ring, like an alarm or someone calling you or something's going off right now. It felt more like something was coming up from the ground into me. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. Something was coming up from the ground into me and just exploding, and my whole reality was just shaking. All of a sudden, this moment of infinity opened up. And I know these ringing sounds, guys. I feel these. I felt them before. I have heard this sound. I have felt this. But I don't remember where, because the veil of forgetfulness has taken it from me. But this has happened to me before. This sound. It's like I was connected to this layer of infinity where I knew this sound. And I knew exactly what it was. And I felt a feeling inside of myself that was not that of fear. I knew something very big was about to happen. I didn't know what it was, but I wasn't afraid. I was ready, and I accepted it. And mind you, this whole time I knew that this wasn't a dream, and I knew that I also wasn't awake. There was something very strange about this, a very weird layer of reality that I was riding. And suddenly, I'm in the back of my car, and I felt pulled downwards from this, like coming up from the ground, and it felt like I was like a book of pages just flipping, like my skin and my body was just flipping like pages in a book, and like it was like there was no separation between me and the air and my car seat. It's like I was connected to everything, and it was almost like I was glued to it. It's a very hard feeling to explain, but suddenly at the end of the second chiming of like these vibrational waves, all of a sudden I was teleported. I was still inside my car, but my car was teleported. Another vibrational boom, and I'm just like, what is going on? And I couldn't get up. I was like attached to my seat, and I felt that something was coming even closer. Something was coming to me, and suddenly I felt this feeling that there was, it's like I was downloading information. I don't know how else to explain it. It felt like something was uploading. Like, I really don't know how to explain it. So, like something was like inputting information into me. I don't know. I'm still trying to make sense of it. But I'm feeling all this like information uploading like onto this like grid of power inside of me. And suddenly I feel the power to kind of sit up. And it's like I can feel that there is like no separation between me and everything. Like I could just feel it. Like it's like basically like I was one with the universe, if you will. That's how it was. I was one with everything. I was this ultimate consciousness is what was being downloaded into me. Again, I knew that this wasn't a dream. And I knew that it wasn't like my waking life, but there was something very real about it. And so it felt like what happened here in this dimension would affect my real, true self. So I was taking it very seriously. And this is where the contact fully took place. All of a sudden, I'm sitting there and another vibration happens. And in this vibration, it's like under the car, it's like I can still see that I'm in the car and I'm kind of laying on the seat this way. But I'm looking down and it's like I can see through it. It's not like everything is x-ray vision and I can see into the center of the earth. I can still see the car, but it's like there was this infinite complex to it. It's really quite hard to explain. And it's like I could see information was being shot up to me from like the center of the earth. And I know you'd think that if I was contacted by aliens or something, it's like it would be happening up here, but it wasn't. And I still am not 100% sure that it was like an alien or something. I don't know. But something happened. I was contacted by some kind of being, and it came from under here. Like, it's tripping me out still. And it's like coming up from underground, and it's like this beam of information is being shot up into me, and it felt like I was a computer downloading information that was being input into my system. And I don't know what the heck happened. I didn't see this being. It's like I had this feeling that they felt I wasn't ready to see them. Like I wouldn't be able to handle that or something. But I could feel them, and it was almost deeper than seeing them visually. It's like it was this very tall, and they were kind of like arced. Like I don't know if it was like in some kind of vehicle or something, but it was like kind of arced, like sitting and kind of like in this kind of like chilling position in some kind of weird vehicle thing. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm spitballing here, guys. So again, take this at entertainment value if you want to. But I mean, my mind was just blown, and there was so much light and love coming off of this being. Like there was no fear. It was not trying to hurt me. It was showing me something. The second vibrational happens in this set, and it's like they happened in sets. That's what's so crazy. It was so mathematical. It was so mathematical. This was not a dream. Like I really experienced this. It was the most real. If this was a dream, this was the most real dream I've ever had in my life. More real than this moment right now where I'm standing here talking. That's how real this experience was. It was so real. It was so real. And so after this second vibrational ring happens, I felt really compelled, like it was a new kind of tired that I have never felt before. It was more like I needed to process this information, this profound information. And so I laid back down in the back of my car. And as I'm laying down, I noticed that I'm in my underwear. And suddenly, I'm teleported somewhere again. This time, I'm not in my car. This time, I'm floating like this in complete and utter light. And it wasn't like white. It wasn't like I was just in a pure white room. It was just this feeling of like when you're staring into the sun and you're kind of trying to like, whoa, this is really bright. It was like that, like consistently, like I couldn't quite see, but it didn't hurt. It felt like I was being like cleansed and healed or something. I don't know exactly what was happening, but I could still feel that I was downloading this information. And then another set of these vibrational happens. And this is where I really lost my mind. I really lost my mind here, guys. The light was so bright that I closed my eyes, and when I opened them again, I was laying in my bed in my underwear that I had seen myself in. And it wasn't like I woke up and wiped the night out of my eyes. It wasn't like waking up. I just opened my eyes, and now I'm here in my room, in my bed, which is right here, laying in the exact position that I was laying in the back of my car, and the exact position that I was in when I was being encumbered by all of this light. and I'm laying here in my bed, and this is the look on my face, I'm guessing, because my room was dark, and I was like, what the heck? What the heck? I'm really just mind-effed here, guys. Like, the most mind-effed I've ever been. And to be honest with you, I've done some pretty heavy-hitter psychedelic drugs, and this was way more of a, like, shock than anything I have ever experienced in my entire life. This was the most, like, dramatic contact, like, or any experience of, like, mind-blowing proportions I've ever had. I knew the second that my eyes opened in my bed, I will never forget this. Nothing can ever take this experience away from me, and nothing will ever be able to remove the information that was downloaded into the cells of my body, if you will. Nothing will ever be able to take that away. Nothing. No matter what. I could have a traumatic brain injury and I will still have this experience. But I still wrote out every single detail. I spent an hour and a half writing this out on my phone and my notes, because it was just the most magical thing that's ever happened to me. And this again, take this at entertainment face level if you'd like to. This video is intended to just kind of explain what it's like to have that kind of contact, and what it's like is I'm completely shook. And I know that sounds pretty silly to say, but the reality of what I thought reality was is just completely shattered. Like, and I don't feel crazy right now. I don't feel like a crazy lunatic that needs to go preach that, aliens are here, aliens are here. Granted, then again, I am making a video about it, so maybe I am. But, regardless, it happened. It happened to me. It's real for me. And it felt more real than being awake in real life. That's how real this experience was. And the information that was downloaded into me, what I've noticed is, since I woke up at 1:24 a.m. from this, I am a different person. Like, I'm the same being, I am the same high-dimensional self, but Nathan that I navigate life with, there's something different about him, and I'm still working it out. It's like there's little pockets of information that have been popping up through me so far throughout this morning. And I believe that the information that was downloaded to me will surface over time. I believe that one of the main bits of information is to continue raising my vibration like I am, to receive more of these downloads. I believe that there is something, some higher dimensional existence that is happening from my experience, it's happening at the center of our planet. I don't know what that means to you. I really don't know what it means to me yet. I don't know if it means anything at all, or if I am just crazy, but in my opinion now, from my experience, there are higher dimensional beings at the center of the planet that are shooting beams of information up at me and trying to tell me something. So I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna process this information, do the best I can with it. And thanks for watching this video, guys. If you want to know what it's like to have contact with aliens or higher dimensional beings, what it feels like is like my entire world is shaken and I have a lot to process. It's the most dramatic experience of my life in the sense of how it's going to change me. I feel something is so profoundly different, yet it's also the same and infinite in the sense that it's always been here. It's this very strange, like, looking out over an ocean that's just infinite, and it's just looping into like all these microcosms. That is what it's like. Now, are there other higher dimensional beings or aliens than just the ones that are existing at the center of the planet in my mind? I bet so. I'm a believer now. I am definitely a believer. I have joined the I Believe in Aliens club, so welcome me to this. Thanks. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. for another video. Thanks for watching.